Let's pull back the curtain on something we all kind of dread, but don't really know much about. What actually happens, minute by minute, when your work account gets hacked?
You know the one? That little suspicious sign-in notification pops up. You're busy, you're in a meeting, and you just swipe it away. We've all been there. But for a cybersecurity team, that one little notification you just ignored, that's not an annoyance. That's the starting pistol for a full-on digital firefight. It kicks off this high-stakes race against the clock.
So, where does the story of a breach really begin? Well, it all starts with that first red flag. That first moment an alarm bell starts ringing somewhere deep in the system. A lot of the time, the first warning isn't even from a person. It's an automated system that flags something that just doesn't feel right. Think about impossible travel. That's your account logging in from, say, London, and then 2 minutes later from Singapore. Or a sign-in from a totally anonymous network like Tor. These are basically digital tripwires, and an attacker just stumbled right over one. But it's not always the machines. Sometimes the first alarm bell is, well, it's you. Are you suddenly getting hammered with multi-factor authentication prompts that you didn't ask for? That's a classic tactic called MFA fatigue. Or maybe a coworker pings you about a weird email you supposedly sent. In that exact moment, you become the single most important sensor on the network.
So, once that alarm rings, whether it's from a system or from you, a specialized team called the Security Operations Center, or SOC, gets the call. Honestly, just think of them as digital detectives, and they are officially on the case. Okay, the alert is in, and now the clock starts ticking, loudly. The first job isn't even to catch the hacker. It's just to figure out if this is a real threat, and they've got about 15 minutes to do it. What's so amazing here is how organized the chaos is. At minute 0, the alert fires. Within 5 minutes, an analyst is already digging through logs, hunting for weird IP addresses or devices they've never seen before. By the 10-minute mark, they're calling you, and I mean calling, not emailing, because your email might be compromised, asking, hey, was this you? And by minute 15, they have to make a judgment call. Just how bad is this? And this assessment? It changes everything. A single strange login that didn't go anywhere? That's probably a low priority, but a compromised global admin account, someone with the keys to the entire digital kingdom, that is a critical, all hands on deck, drop everything else emergency. That one decision dictates every single thing that happens next. The second that breach is confirmed as real, the mission pivots instantly. The time for quiet investigation is over. Now it's all about damage control and slamming the door right in the attacker's face. The response team launches this rapid 3-step counterattack. 1, they completely disable your sign-in. 2, they revoke all your active sessions, which boots the attacker out of anything they're currently in. And 3, they reset your password. The stolen keys are now useless. It's a swift, brutal, and totally necessary set of action.
Now, you might be thinking, wait, aren't disabling sign-in and revoking sessions kind of the same thing? Nope, not at all, and the difference is absolutely crucial. Disabling sign-in is like locking the front gate to your property. No one new can get in. But revoking sessions? That's like a security team going room to room inside the house and physically throwing out anyone who's already there. You have to do both, or you're leaving a door wide open. I get it. It can feel super frustrating to be locked out of your own stuff. But you've got to remember, the goal here is never to punish the user. It's about one thing and one thing only: protecting the entire organization by cutting the attacker's lifeline to the network as fast as humanly possible. So, you've kicked the attacker out. Great. But that is only half the battle. A smart intruder doesn't just waltz out the front door. They leave traps and backdoors behind. So now, the real deep dive investigation has to begin. See, a clever attacker fully expects they might get caught, so they'll often leave a little something behind so they can get back in later. The SOX team now has to sweep the entire digital crime scene, your account, for any of these hidden tricks. And this is a great look at what they're hunting for. Did the attacker create a sneaky email rule that forwards all your incoming mail to their own address? Did they trick you into approving a malicious app that now has access to all your files? They have to methodically check every single nook and cranny to be sure the attacker is really, truly gone for good. So only after the account is declared 100% clean and the threat is totally gone does the focus finally shift from the attacker back to you and getting you safely back online. And look, getting your account back isn't as simple as just flipping a switch. The security team has to be absolutely positive they're handing the keys back to the right person. and that you're ready to keep those keys safe this time.
The recovery process itself is really thorough. First, they're going to verify it's really you. They might even hop on a video call. Then, they'll give you a quick briefing on what happened. And finally, they'll walk you through setting up a brand new, strong password and re-registering your multi-factor authentication from scratch, just to be sure there's no lingering access for the attack.
And even once you're back in, you're not totally out of the woods. For the next 30 to 90 days, your account is basically going to be under a microscope. It's placed on enhanced monitoring. This is just to make absolutely sure the attacker didn't leave some hidden, dormant threat behind that could pop up again weeks later. Finally, an incident isn't really over until the whole organization learns something from it. Because every single attack, no matter how big or small, is a chance to make the defenses stronger for everybody. And this is where the whole story comes full circle, right back to us. The investigation shows how the attacker got in, and that info is used to upgrade security for everyone. But it also shows that our own habits, like using unique passwords and actually reporting weird stuff, are one of the most critical layers of defense we have. So the really big takeaway is that every single incident, from a tiny alert to a massive breach, is treated like a lesson. The goal isn't just to patch one little hole, it's to use that knowledge to reinforce the entire wall. From that first automated alert all the way to the final system-wide upgrade, this whole process proves that good security isn't just about fancy software. It's a high-speed dance between people and technology. It shows, without a doubt, that security is a team sport, which really just leaves one big question for all of us. Are you an active player?